If you don't have the right strategy to sell low content books on Amazon, you're going to fail. In this video, I'm going to be answering some of the questions that you guys left on my previous tutorial videos so that you guys can have better luck selling your low content books and most of all, a better strategy. This video is not sponsored, but I am going to be sharing some free and paid tools that I use. All of those I will link in the description box below, and some of them do come with a discount code. Feel free to skip to your specific question. Other than that, I'm Energy. Let's get started. First and foremost, I think it's important to have the right mindset to start. Although I said in my previous video that this is an easy side hustle, I really meant that it was easy to start, easy to understand, easy to get up and going. You can get it up and going as soon as the first day that you're started. But easy doesn't mean that you're guaranteed to make money. This is the difference between who's going to succeed and who's going to fail. The people who are coming into it as just a little side hustle, which is totally fine, but not incorporating that business mindset is probably going to fail. Think of it more like a small business rather than just an easy side hustle. That means that you have to think long term. You're not going to make money the first day, the second day, or even the third day. If you work on learning the business model as much as you can and you show up consistently, whatever amount that is for you, after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you could definitely start seeing money. But the people who are only going to give it 1 month to try, like, yeah, probably you're not going to see any money because that's not even enough time to really learn and test and research and stuff like that. A comment that I get a lot is everybody is selling the same thing. Everybody's selling those stupid journals. Nobody's going to make money on this. While this is business strategy number 1 that you really have to understand. If you're selling what everybody else is selling, you're not going to make money. These comments are right. Does that mean that nobody can make money from this business model? Definitely not. But like every other business that you're gonna start, you have to differentiate yourself in some way. How do you differentiate yourself? Well, you have to do some niche research. You have to do some market research and see what else is on Amazon and see, one, how can you compete? Can you compete by the design? Can you compete by what's actually in your book? In this section, I want to cover how to do market and niche research so that you can stand out and you're not just putting what everybody else has there on the market. Before we even head into Amazon, there's 3 things that we need to do. First is download Amazon Suggestion Expander in your web store. Now, this is a free tool that anybody can use. I'll show you exactly how to use that later. The second thing, if you signed up for BookBolt, okay, the software for low content books, it comes with KDP Spy in the web store. You're gonna go ahead and download KDP Spy and sign in with your BookBolt account to begin using it. The third thing that I'm gonna do is I have some kind of research note-taking tool right here. Now you can use Google Sheets, you guys can use a pen and paper, you guys can use Google Docs, whatever you want to use. I'm using Notion personally, and I'll have this template linked down below for free. We're going to head over to Amazon. The search bar is going to be the tool that you want to use to do all of your niche research. Normally, Amazon is going to give you just a few recommendations, 7 or 8, but with the Amazon Suggestion Expander, it's going to give you a lot more that you can look into. So let's start by just typing in, maybe I'm thinking of selling a fitness journal. This is what Amazon is suggesting us, and this is what the Suggestion Expander comes up with. This is gonna give us ideas of what we could possibly sell. Instead of just a general fitness journal, maybe we want a 12-week fitness journal. Maybe we want a food and fitness journal. Maybe we want a fitness journal and habit tracker, okay? These are all ideas that we can use. So what are we gonna do? Well, first step, we're gonna click on one that we think really piques our interest. I don't pay for Pro, but if you did pay for Pro for Amazon Suggestion Expander, then it would come with the search results, like the search volume, how many people are searching for this per month, and then I would click based on that. But I wanted to keep this free for you guys, which is why I just didn't do that. So say we want to go with a food and fitness journal. What am I searching for when I come here? Well, I want to look at, are there any best sellers up here, like this one, that actually are pretty new? How do I know that they're pretty new? One thing I can do is look at how many reviews that they have. Usually the lower amount of reviews that they have, they're kind of newer, but if they're on this front page while being a newbie,
that means that, okay, this is something that I might be able to break into. If I see on the first page that all of them have like 500, 1,000 reviews and stuff like this, I'm going to be like, ugh, maybe this is a little bit too saturated, because you're going to be a newbie coming in here. But I see that there are some that are pretty new that are able to break through the mold. I'm going to go one step further with this, and I'm going to use my KDP Spy tool. Now, I'm going to just press start right here. I'm going to look at the estimated sales that is coming up. I'm going to look at the estimated revenue, and I can see when this is published on. Now, why is this important? Because if I see that it was published recently, in the past 6 to 12 months, but I can see that estimated revenue, almost 4,000 per month, 3,000 per month, and I can see, okay, this was published in 2022. Wow, this means that these newbies are really doing something. I might want to look at their product and say, what are they doing that I need to start doing? So you can see with this niche that there's a lot of people making good money, even as a newbie, 16,000 per month, 20,000 per month. You can see that there's a lot of people making money, but is a bit saturated. Being saturated is not a problem, because you can see that there are some newbies breaking in here, but you want to see what you can personally do different here. As I'm looking through the search page, I'm going to see if anyone's catch my eye, and immediately this one caught my eye. I'm going to go ahead and click on that, because I see that not only is it a food journal, it's a diabetes food journal. What else am I going to do to see how I can compete in this niche? Well, I'm going to go down to the ratings. I'm going to look at the 3-star ratings. What does it say? Missing one important measure for recording. Wow, okay, so I'm going to read this, and I'm going to say, however, there's no place to record how much insulin I take with each meal. Boom! Look at these negative reviews and say, what can I do? So in my niche research dashboard here, I'm going to say diabetes food journal. How can I compete? Missing how much insulin with each meal. All right. There we go. What type of book is this? This is a logbook. Another way I can use the search bar to help me with my niche and market research is I can just type in the type of low content book I'm selling. And then after that, I type in for. So if I'm selling a logbook, I say logbook for. Do you see how Amazon plus the extender is giving us some ideas for truckers, for diabetics, for passwords, for pilots, small businesses, for health? Right now we're in back to school season, so what can we offer to students? First thing that comes to my mind is composition notebooks. So we have a lot of ideas here: college ruled, wide ruled, graph, colored paper, stuff like this, aesthetic. And I'll just put in college ruled. See what comes up. 20,000, this means that it's super saturated. Okay, it's super saturated. It's probably too saturated, but good news, we do see that this one is a newbie and it is on the first page. Wow, very interesting. Why do you think that is? Probably because the cover is more interesting. So that's a way that you can compete. Can you have a better design? We're going to talk about design very soon. We see that this one too is a bestseller and it's a newbie. Why? Because it has that cool design. Let's look at KDP Spy and see what's going on. Wow, so we see that this one is a newbie. Look how many newbies are here. That's making 8,800 per month as a newbie. I'm going to open that one in a different one and see what's going on. This one is a newbie, $300 per month. This one is a newbie, 7,000 per month. Let's go ahead and open this right here, see what's going on here. This may be a profitable niche that you guys want to look into. Newbie, look at this is July, okay? July, 1,600 per month. This is March, 2,600 per month. This is all things that you guys want to save and you guys want to look into. I'm going to open it up over here, number 1 bestseller. I'm going to go ahead and copy their name. I'm going to paste it into here. This brings up all of their search results, and I'm going to use my KDP Spy to just see what's going on here. Cool. Now this brings up all of the estimated revenue, the published date, all that stuff. So I can see what are their best sellers and how much are they making. 2,000 per month from just this flower design right here. In my keyword research tool, I'm going to put composition notebook. How can I compete? I'm going to say make a cool design. And then I can put the link to the CC person that we were seeing, and then that's one way that I can stand out. One thing I can do to find a way to stand out in a saturated place, I can type in for kids, okay? I can type in with, and let's see what comes up with picture space, graph paper, drawing space, binder holes. These are all things that I could look into for differentiating myself. So let's just look at picture space, because that's the first one that comes up. Are there any newbies here? This one is kind of new. This one is a newbie and it's already popping up. That's a good sign. It means that we can break in. And it has less competition. It only has 3,000. Let's pull up our KDP Spy. Start. Okay, this is a newbie right here. July, already making 1,400 per month. June, okay, already making 9,800 per month. Okay, now 230 per month, just published August 1st, 9,000 published in June. This is a sign of a profitable niche because people are newbies breaking in and making money. Instead of competing with 40,000 composition notebooks, I might want to say composition notebook with picture space. Why? Because I'm only competing against 3,000 people. So right here, I'm going to put composition notebook with picture space. I want you to fill out this with as much as you can using the tools that I gave you. Look at the reviews, look at what else Amazon recommends you, look at whatever else comes up in this search bar to figure out how can I make a product that people are actually buying and that newbies are actually breaking into.
I would say to give market and niche research about 1 or 2 weeks. Really, it should be an ongoing thing if this is going to be like a business that you're taking seriously. But once you do that, you can figure out how to differentiate yourself in that niche. Think of even how to differentiate yourself with a product. For example, a certain niche might be really saturated when it comes to journals, but is it really saturated when it comes to trackers or coloring books or any of the other 100 things that you can have in your low content book? Once you figure out your profitable niche and what differentiates yourself, you're ready to start creating and you're gonna have an easier time to scale this business. How do I design the best book? You guys need to be 10% better than your competition. So you guys need to do your niche research, type in your niche, type in your keywords into Amazon search, see what else is coming up, and design a better book. I personally use Canva to design all my books, and you can have a free Canva account. Okay, I will link that in the description. But I use this because it's quite easy to use, and there's a lot of different elements that you can use to just make the book look really amazing. I make the cover in Canva, and then I import that into BookBolt, and I choose all my interior pages so they really work together. I'm gonna give you guys a demonstration on how exactly I use Canva to make the low content book covers.
Canva is completely free, so there's going to be a link below for you guys to sign up for a free account on Canva. The example that I'm going to give you guys is a composition notebook because we saw that that was a profitable niche. Now, what size is a composition notebook? I'm going to go over here. It says composition notebook size 7.5 by 9.75 inches. So we can come over here in Canva and we're going to create a design that is that size by clicking create a design, custom size. The thing about Amazon KDP is they actually don't have that exact size, but what they do have is 7.5 by 9.25. And we're just gonna go ahead and put inches here. So this pulled up the perfect size in Canva. Now I just wanna see what does a composition notebook look like. I'm gonna go to images. I see that it has this rectangle shape in the middle and it says composition notebook. So I'm gonna go to elements. I will type in rectangle. Let's make this a white shape and put it right here. You can change your background color like so that you can see it better, right? Then one thing that I see is it always has this black thing right here, black border. So I'm gonna again press R on my keyboard, or I can just click the element on the side. And I'm gonna just put something like that over here. There we go. Press up here, make it black. I will speed through the rest of it for the sake of time, but I'll show you how I set up. So this is the design that I came up with, just a basic one, and we're gonna add stuff from here. I'm gonna search for the product that I'm creating in Amazon. In this case, it's gonna be college ruled composition notebooks. I'm gonna look and see what catches my eye, as well as what is a newbie. Remember, low reviews means that it's probably new. See what's a newbie and look at those designs. This is not to copy it, but just to get inspiration. I see this one is new, only 21 reviews. This one is new, only 2 reviews, but it's still able to cut through 20,000 other people to get on the first page as a newbie. So let's look at this one because this looks really cute. This is something that I would buy. I like these little figures that they have. I noticed that they're using a different font for composition notebook. I like these outlines that they have. So I'm going to go to my own design. Something that I want to incorporate from this design is actually this. It looks so much better than mine. So I can type in the search something like rectangle frame. And you see how there's so many options that you can choose from here into something that looks nice. Let me change this. I'm going to go ahead and make this font smaller so it fits better in there, and I want to change it to something that looks cute because this one has a really nice stylized font. I'm going to use this one that looks nice to me. I use this one all the time. Something that I noticed that this one has is like a really cool background, you know. It's not just a plain one like mine. It's like a rough kind of texture. So I can go into photos and I could put like texture background and see, okay, these are some cool options that come up. Maybe I want to use a cool texture background like them. I personally like this one, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one. Actually, I found this one that I use that I like a little better. But this is totally a design choice that is up to you, and I'm just going to send it all the way to the back. All right, looking good. Next thing that I noticed about this one is that it has a lot of little figures and outlines and stuff. So I'm going to see if I can find something similar to that in the Elements tab of Canva. Figures. See. No, these are looking crazy. This one is a nice like little line art right there. That's really cool. So the figures didn't look nice. I'm going to type in outlines and see what comes up. They have some nice things in here. This one butterfly is really pretty. This one is really nice. I love that. You guys can look through and just see what catches your own eye. Again, don't copy theirs, but use it for inspiration because you know that that's the style that other buyers like. I personally like this. It reminds me of my tattoo. And I like this little feather. It also reminds me of my tattoo. So I'm going to play around, you know, what do I want to do with this? Something that I'm going to do just because it looks like my tattoo. I should put a picture on the screen of my tattoo. Is I'm going to do this kind of like outline with the flower and the moth. I think that will look really nice. I ended up getting this design, which I think looks pretty cool. And again, you see how it's not this at all? Like it's totally different, right? But it's just a little bit of inspiration that we got from them. And I could play around. I could honestly leave it like this if I want to. I'm going to fast forward through this section and just show you how I put my own spin on this. After playing around with it for a little bit, this is what I came up with. Very simple design, just used one butterfly, the little flowers. I flipped them using the flip tool right here. So it kind of created this really cool pattern design. Does it look like this one? No. But does it look, you know, using the similar features and everything? Yes. And that's what's going to make it my own, but different enough. Now I also have to create the back cover. As you see right here, there's a back cover. The way that I'm going to do this and the way that you can do this is by clicking duplicate page. It's going to create a second copy. Now I can move this to the side, but first I'm just going to delete the middle part. There you have it. There is my cover designed in Canva. It looks very nice, and I'm going to download it as a PNG, okay? Make sure that it says PNG and then go ahead and download it. I'm going to quickly go over how to import this Canva composition notebook or whichever file that you guys made into BookBolt. So go to bookbolt.io. I'm going to go ahead and click log in. Once I log in, this is what I will see and what you will see as well. On the left hand side where it says research, click on it, press create, get to BookBolt designer. I'm going to show you guys what designer you should be using because a lot of people were like, what, my designer doesn't look like yours. Go ahead and click on BookBolt designer. It's going to open in a new tab. And it will look like this. You want to exit out of this using the X button and click on Try the BookBolt Studio. I wish they had a more streamlined process of getting here, but this is what you have to do. Try the BookBolt Studio. And it's going to bring you to studio.bookbolt.io. You can go ahead and bookmark this so that you don't have to go through all of those steps. Let's go ahead and create a new project. So I'm going to click on project. I'm going to click on new project, project name, let's say notebook, and make sure that the trim size is right. If you're doing a composition notebook, then you're going to want to go 7.5 times 9.25. Page count, let's say 200 pages. Now that we're in here, I'm just going to turn off that template. Now that I got rid of that, I'm going to import my own files. The way that I'm going to do that is click on this image tab, click upload file. I just made these two composition notebooks, so I will go ahead and import them. Once I upload those files, I will grab it, and now it's just about positioning them in the right space. BookBolt has these outlines for you to know like which is the right space, but you might have to, you know, do a little bit of tweaking. I'm just going to make sure that this fits perfectly. There's no white space above or below or anything like that. This is what it looks like when you import it into BookBolt. It's pretty easy. Just make it here in Canva and then upload the photos here. Amazon is going to print this out. All you need to do is add the interior, go to this puzzle piece to add the interior. And if this is going to be a college ruled, you can click on ruled, college ruled, wide ruled, narrow ruled. Now you can see on the side that all the lines have been added inside and we're ready to export everything. So we're going to go to project right here and download this project. I usually use CMYK, but really you can use whichever one that you want. Download this project and it's going to start to download. That's how you make it in Canva and then export it in BookBolt.
I got a few comments that were like, I made a KDP book before, I made a low content book before, it's been there for months and I've made no sales, okay? And this is the reasoning for stopping Amazon KDP. Look, it don't even get me started. If you create one product, two product, it's not guaranteed to sell. Does that mean that it's time to quit? No. First thing I would do if I'm not seeing any sales is I'm gonna check my niche research. Did I do all the things that I covered in this video before this? Do I see that other newbies have profitable products in this niche? A lot of people aren't selling because they're not really in the right niches, okay? There are niches that are too saturated. They didn't do anything to differentiate themselves. They're selling what everybody is selling. They're not being 10% better than the competition, and they're not selling, and they only have one book. Come on now, you have to have more than one book, and I'm gonna talk about quality versus quantity in the future. But if you're not selling, check the niche research, and then two, I want you to check Is your design better than the other ones that are in your niche? Why is this important? Because a lot of people, they just shop with their eyes, you know? Sometimes it's not that your product is bad, it's that you didn't really design it better than your competition. Go ahead, type in your exact keywords that you're targeting into Amazon. Make sure to do it on a private browser, okay? So that Amazon is not remembering your previous search history. And then see how your design stands against these other designs. You can take a screenshot of your design or something and take a screenshot of the first Amazon search page and then just, you know, see how is your design comparing to these other ones? Is it something that you would click on if you saw it? That's the important thing that you guys can do. Just see like, what does your brain naturally gravitate to? Did it gravitate to yours or did it gravitate to others? You can even ask your family, you know, don't tell them which one is yours. Just have a little screenshot, right? Put it in there in Canva and just be like, which one does your eye gravitate to more? Is it yours? Because if it's not yours, then you can say, hey, I gotta do a better design, okay? When it comes to designing a low content book, the cover matters, but there's actually other ways that you can design a better book without like having to, you know, be super artsy and make the best cover. A way to differentiate yourself in the low content game is actually by going medium content. Here's like, what girl, low, medium, high, what is going on? Medium content is a type, kind of like a low content, but just adding a little bit more. Let me give you an example. A low content is I made a cover, maybe this is a self-care journal, okay? And then for the interior, it's just blank pages on the inside or lined pages on the inside. But for medium content, because I see everybody's doing the self-care journal, right? I see like this is a little saturated. What I'm gonna do is say, all right, everybody's making these journals, but nobody has journal prompts inside. You guys can add journal prompts inside. So maybe at the top of each journal page, there's a question, a daily question. How are you feeling today? What are you doing today? Maybe there's a positive quote at the top of each journal page. This is a way that you can make a medium content, and when you're designing your book, it's just one more thing that is going to differentiate yourself. Now people have a reason further than just the cover to choose your book over the competition. How many books do I need to upload? Because some people say 1 a day, 5 a day, 10 a day. Quality versus quantity. Really, there's no one way to answer this question. I'm more so on the train of make quality books, you know, if you want to get into the medium content, if you want to design great covers, stuff like that. But upload enough quantity so that you learn the quality over time, because sometimes it's just like you have to make 10 before you can make that really one good one. You know what I mean? I want you to treat every design as a learning opportunity. If you're just uploading it and being like, does it sell, and you're staring at it, no, dude, like this is gonna be too much. This is actually probably really discouraging. You can upload it and be like, I wonder what I could do better next time. I wonder how I could design it better. I wonder how I can do better niche research. So every time you upload enough to where it's a learning experience rather than just like a, I don't know, shooting an arrow and hoping that it hits. Just know they could take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months to sell. Like you never know, it could take 1 day to sell, okay? It just depends on how well you made your product and how well you did your research, your keywords, your marketing, stuff like that. But I like to follow the 80-20 rule. This is in any type of business. The 80-20 rule says that 80% of your profit comes from 20% of your products. And this is very true. Like even with my own YouTube channel, the highest earning videos or whatever coming from a small portion of videos, okay? This is with any part of your business. So if you have 100 books up there, okay, probably only 20 are really gonna be the ones that are selling good. If you have 2 products, okay, well, you got to do the math. If you do publish more, you give yourself more chances to learn, more chances to design and get better, and more chances to actually sell. I know this was a long information-packed video, but if you made it to the end, I'm so proud of you. Let me know down below, do you already have a book published? Are you going to publish one? How are you feeling about this whole Amazon KDP low content stuff? Make sure to check all the links down below to get your freebies. Other than that, my name's Energy. I hope that this video really helped you, and I'll see you guys in my next video.